Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, I'm going to be ranking the best budget cards in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM here on this tier list. Before you hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 10,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, and I would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. We got over 40 cards on this list, so I'm going to try to get through them pretty quickly to prevent this video from being too long. Amari Stoudemire, starting off with him, I think is probably around B tier, I would say. Is a pretty fair spot to put Amari. He's a very, very solid card, not like next level elite. Good release. It is on very quick, which is what makes it good, because if it was on normal, it wouldn't be that good. Even on quick, it wouldn't be that great, but on very quick, it's pretty solid. He's an elite slasher and a very capable defender. Really, really solid card. We're starting off with him in the B tier. It's just like a very solid option. You could even argue that he's A tier, and he may wind up getting moved up a little bit, but we got a lot of cards to go to, so we're gonna have to reassess the list as we continue. But Andre Kirilenko, I am gonna put in S tier. I think he's one of the best 3-and-D cards in the game. I like his release a lot, and he's one of the best defensive cards in the game, period. And also has decent SIGs, half clamp break, and quick first step. Can handle a little bit at the 3, but mainly what he does is play absolutely incredible defense. Super versatile on that end of the court as well, and I think he's a really good card. Now, Amethyst Anthony Davis is one of the best Amethyst cards in my team. This card is actually very, very similar to the Galaxy Opal AD, except for the fact that his Hoff badges are obviously not as good. He's only got 2 Hoffs, Anchor, and Post Lockdown instead of the 15 the Galaxy Opal has, but statistically, he's pretty similar to that other AD. Release is still on normal, which isn't great, but the normal leaner is good. MJ dribble style, Kobe escapes, so he's got some movement on him as well. He's a very, very solid card, but I think he's still a C tier guy because of the lack of badges. Also, another C tier guy probably is going to be Bam out of Bio. I just don't think Bam's that great in this game. I don't love his release. His movement isn't that good. He doesn't have elite size. He's a very good defender, but I don't think he's an exceptional card, and I think C tier is fair for him. Kazi Russell is going to go high A, I think. I don't think I'm going to quite put him in S, but I do think he's a very solid card. I just don't love the fact that he's only 6'5" and doesn't have a great player build. That's kind of my biggest problem with him. Badges are good. His release is good as well. I don't like his upper, but he has LaMelo base, which is really good as well. And I do think he's a very, very solid card. D'Angelo Russell's okay as well. I think he's probably C tier as well. A solid card, but not like incredible. I don't love his release. He's good, but I don't know. D'Angelo Russell cards never, in my opinion anyway, are all that amazing in 2K. He doesn't have limitless takeoff or posterizer or a brick wall, only bronze anchor. The defense is kind of meh. The release is kind of as well. SIGs aren't great. Like, he's kind of meh. He's not bad. He's 6'5", but I don't love the card. D-Rob's S tier, top 5, top 3 center in the game, and he has a very good release, can stretch the floor, big, very good defender, really versatile, good rebounder, does a lot of things really well, and he's so cheap. The fact that he's this cheap blows my mind, to be completely honest. He's definitely an S tier guy. DeMar DeRozan's also going to go high A for me. I think he's really good as well, just like Kazi Russell, maybe even a little bit better than Kazi. I like his release a lot. I think he moves pretty well. He's a capable defender, and overall he's got good size at shooting guard as well as being a great slasher, and I think he's a very solid card as well. Now, Domantas Sabonis, I don't love Domantas' release. That's probably the biggest thing about the card. He does have decent size at 6'11", especially for the power forward position, decent speed, good enough defensive badges. All of his badges are upgradable as well, which is definitely valuable, but I don't like the movement that he has. The basic leaner, dunk animations are all kind of mid, so he's just not that great, to be completely honest. Not bad, just not elite. Donovan Mitchell is going to go C. I'm actually going to move D'Angelo Russell down to D. I'm not very high on the card. I don't think he's that good. I think Donovan Mitchell's a better option. Dono is only 6'1". That's really his main flaw, because outside of that, he's very solid. Doesn't have a next level incredible release or SIGs, but very solid. He's a good defender. He's a great slasher with great dunk animations, and does have a good player build as well as a 6'10" wingspan, which helps make up for the fact that he's short a little bit, but not quite enough in my opinion to move him over C tier. Giannis is going to go high B for me. I think Giannis, I'm going to move Giannis to A tier because I think the versatility that he can play small forward or power forward is really valuable. The thing that I don't like about the card is his release, but outside of that, he's even got good SIGs. He's a great slasher and defender, obviously. Incredible player build, super versatile defensively, but I am going to still go A tier for him. Hakeem is probably going to go B or C? I don't know. We'll go high C for now, but he might wind up getting moved up to B. I don't think he's on the level of an Amari Stoudemire, but Hakeem, he can shoot, he can defend, he can he can't really dribble much, to be honest, but he can rebound at a high level. He's just a pretty versatile card, just a super solid all-around center, can compete against top centers, not going to be unbelievable in any specific area, but going to be a very solid card. What I don't like about Jabari Smith is, number one, the player build. I know he's 6'10", but he doesn't look 6'10" on the court. I like his release, but his movement sucks as well, and that's kind of crucial, is the fact that he's not like an elite defender, doesn't have great playmaking. I just don't think he's very good. Another card that's not very good is Jaden Ivey. His release isn't that good. His movement isn't that good. This Jaden Ivey card is just pretty mid, to be completely honest. The badges are fine, I guess, but they're not incredible. I don't love his release. I don't like the fact he doesn't have a good leaner. Quick drops is nice. He is a good slasher, and his SIGs aren't bad, but nah, I'm gassing it. He's C tier, I think. I would put it up to C tier. I'd take him over D'Angelo Russell. I think he's pretty good. Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to go... Is he going to go S tier for me? I think we're going to throw him S tier. I really do think so. He's a very good card. He's an elite defender, one of the best defensive cards in the game, period, both stats, badges, and tendencies-wise. He's got a good release. He's a 3-and-D guy. Not going to be much of a shot creator, but he does have a great player build as well, especially at the power forward position. I think he's a very good card as well. Jaylen Brown is either A or S. I think I'm going S because he's an elite two-way guy, has great shooting badges, great slashing badges, and great defensive badges, as well as some good playmaking. His SIGs aren't amazing, and his release isn't next level great, but it's solid, and he's just a really, really good all-around card. Can compete basically everywhere at a super high level and do everything on the court at least a very solid level. Jerome Williams, as much as I like the card, I don't know, man. At this point, with how cheap cards have gotten and how much the auction house has crashed, I just think you're going to struggle a little bit with a guy who doesn't really have a lot in terms of badges. That's kind of his main thing. His release is good, but he's only got a 73 ball, which is low, even with having a really good base in KPJ. So, I don't know. I think it's probably fair to put him in the D tier. Gonna go Joe Smith, high A. May even wind up moving him up to S. I really think Joe Smith is really good. Great release, great size, great player build, great slasher, very good defender, good SIGs, does a ton of things well at the small forward or power forward position. Jonathan Isaac's a pure 3-and-D, but he's not on the level of guys like Andre Kirilenko as a 3-and-D. Release isn't quite as good as those guys. I think he's good. I think we'll go C tier. I don't think he's bad, but I don't know if I can put him any higher than that. I am actually going to move Hakeem up to B tier for now, because I think we got to even these out just a little bit. J.R. Smith also will probably go B for me. I don't love his SIGs. His size up kind of sucks, and he's not a great defender, but he has a great release and really good shooting badges and stats, which is nice. So I don't know. I think the B tier is probably fair for JR. Going to go S tier for Drew Holiday. I think he's one of the better point guards in the game, period. He's 6'5" with a great player build, an elite defender, which is really valuable, moves pretty well, and has a solid jumper. So I think he can compete against the best point guards in the game at a very high level. Obviously an elite defender, normal leaner, really good SIGs. And then obviously like the defensive badges are amazing. The shooting and playmaking is good. Only thing he's missing is limitless takeoff, but he's a great card, and I think he's an S tier guy. Julius Randle, probably B-ish. I don't know. Maybe he goes down to C. Julius Randle's just, he's kind of meh. His cards are always kind of meh in 2K. He's only 6'8", which is annoying, but he's got great finishing badges, solid defense, good playmaking, half clamp breaker, and first step on a power forward are nice. No limitless range, but the release is okay. Normal leaner, decent SIGs. He's got quick drops off too, which is good. I mean, he's pretty good. I think B tier is fair. I'm gonna go low C for Karl Anthony Towns. I don't like the fact his release is on normal. That's my main issue with the card, to be completely honest. And he's not a great defender either. Kind of undersized center position, not quite fast at the power forward position, or versatile on the perimeter defensively. So he's not a bad card. He's just not great. So I think C tier is fair for him as well. We have a lot of C tier players, but I feel like Kevin Love again has to go in the C tier. I'm gonna move Jonathan Isaac down. We'll put him high D, but I think we got to put him down just a little bit, as well as AD, simply because of the normal release and the fact that he doesn't have the badges. But Kevin Love's a knockdown shooter, but he doesn't do a ton else besides shoot the ball. So a little bit limited on the court, but definitely a very solid card. KPJ goes C simply because he's 6'6" with one of the best releases in the game at the point guard position. SIGs aren't great, defense isn't great. He is a very good slasher, but I love his release. That's the main thing with the card, as well as the fact that he has very good size at point guard. So that keeps him out of the D tier for me. Kobe is going to go B as well, next to JR. I don't love his dribble style. I do like his release a lot. He's a very capable defender and a very good slasher. I just don't love his release. I don't love his SIGs, and I think his SIGs hurt the card a bit. Kind of looking forward to the next updated Kobe that's going to be even better and probably have some changed SIGs and be an elite level card. KP. I put Hakeem B, so I feel like I kind of got to put KP B as well. I don't know. Am I gassing a little bit putting KP and Hakeem in the B tier? Maybe, but he does have off limitless. He is 7'3". He's just not super fast, which is the main thing that I don't like a lot about the card. as well as the fact that he's missing a lot of defensive badges. But he is 7'3" at the end of the day, so 74 speed on a 7'3" player is a lot better than 74 speed on like a 6'11" player. So that's nice enough to have, and I think he's pretty good overall. This Kyrie is better than the other Kyrie because he's a better slasher, better than the other Opal Kyrie that we got in the KG grind a couple weeks ago, because he has an 85 driving dunk, which is really nice, as well as gold limitless takeoff, and quick drops off one as his one dunk. Now his SIGs, I actually don't love this year. I don't love his release either. It's not bad. Playmaking, shooting is really good, and the defensive badges are solid, as well as the fact he can get every badge upgraded. The fact that he's a better slasher makes me want to put him up in the C tier, because I think he is going to be much better being able to trigger those quick drops now with consistency, as well as the gold limitless takeoff, but I can't put him any higher than C tier. I don't think he's good enough for it. Lamar Odom, I don't love his release. He's missing a lot of key defensive badges. He's not a great playmaker. He's just very, very mid, to be completely honest. So I think he's a D tier guy as well. This Laurie marketing card's actually very solid. I think he's definitely B. I think you could maybe even argue A. The thing that I like about Laurie, number one, is he has a great release. He's 7 foot, so he's got great size at power forward, amazing shooting badges, super solid all around defender. He's got good speed, a good release, like I said, an MJ dribble style, as well as quick drops off one. Basic leaner isn't great, but the 7-footer at the power forward position with a money release and solid defense, I think is enough to put him in the A tier. Gonna go B tier for Lonzo. Defensive PG, doesn't do a ton else, but he's got good size, good defense, can hit open, decent slasher. He's a solid card. Gets the job done for sure. Another guy who gets the job done is Luol Deng. He's got a great player build at 6'9" at the shooting guard position, which is super nice to have. I think he's a very, very good card, no doubt about that. You could almost argue Luol's B tier, but I just don't think his badges are complete enough at this point in terms of hoffs and things. His animations are good, but not like incredible. His upper makes the jumper a little bit easier to contest and a little slower than Donovan Mitchell base generally is. And I mean, he is 6'9" shooting guard though, an elite defender with all the key badges, at least on gold. So that is nice to have. Magic goes S tier for sure. I think Magic and Drew are probably the two best point guards on this list. I think Magic is an amazing card, really high on him, and I do believe that he does deserve an S tier spot because of his size, because of his defensive versatility, because of his mashing ability, and the fact that he can still hit a wide open shot. Marc Gasol is going to go also S tier for me. I think he and D-Rob fit as the best S tier centers. A good release. I mean, not great in that it's ugly, but at least it's fast, which is good. He's an elite defender and rebounder. He's not crazy fast. He needs quick first step added, but he still gets the job done as one of the better centers in my team. Paulo Banchero is just a better version of Lamar Odom. He's missing a lot of key badges, which is annoying. If he had those badges, I think I'd be higher on the card, but still going to have to throw him down in the B tier because of all the badges he's missing. SIGs are good. Release is good. He's got good size at small forward, but not good enough to go A tier for me. Pau Gasol is also going to go S tier, I think. I really do think he's very good as well. He'll be our 8th S tier player, 7 foot with a quick enough release, very good defender, good SIGs as well, which is kind of surprising on a Pau Gasol card. I think he's pretty damn good, and I think he's an S tier guy. Penny's going to go A tier, probably the 3rd-ish best point guard on this list. Not quite to the level of Drew or Magic in my opinion, but he still does everything on the court at a very solid level. Very competitive card across the board. He's 6'7", so he's got good size, a PG, can shoot, can slash, can defend, all at a very solid level, as well as play make, and I think he's a pretty damn good card. Ricky Davis, right there with Luol Deng, J.R. Smith, Kobe Bryant. All these guys are on the same level for different reasons. Ricky's reason is that he's not a good defender. That's the main thing with him. He's not a good defensive card. Offensively, he's great, but defensively, he struggles, and that's why he goes down in the B tier for me. Serge Ibaka, half anchor, good dunking badges, decent shooter, but nothing too crazy. Like, he's just kind of I think he's right on the level of guys like Bam, Domantas Sabonis, and Kevin Love, all of our C tier power forwards. So I think it's fair to throw him down in the C tier as well, in my personal opinion. Now, SGA is going to go in the SGA probably goes B next to Lonzo, right? I think that's fair. You got to put him in the B tier, to be honest. Like, I'm a little high on Julius Randle. I don't know. Maybe I'll move Julius Randle down, but I feel like Lonzo and SGA are on the same exact level as cards. Lonzo's the better defensive card. SGA is the better offensive card, better SIGs. So they kind of give you a little bit different things, but SGA is a capable defender the way that Lonzo is a capable offensive player. And I think B tier is fair for both of them. An easy S tier here with Terry Dishinger for sure. Just don't really have to hesitate. He definitely goes S tier for me. I think he's a great card. The only things he's missing is handles for days and anchor, but he still has such incredible animation, size, slashing, dunking animations, all that stuff. He is an absolute beast. Trey Murphy is going to, like, I feel like I have a lot of like just mid-tier guys, but Trey Murphy's another kind of mid-tier guy. Like, I think C tier probably for him. He's a good slasher, capable shooter, does have limitless range, which is good. The defensive badges are okay, a lot of good gold ones at least. Release is fine, MJ dribble style, basic leaner isn't great. He's just he's not great, but he's not bad. I think C tier is pretty fair for Mr. Trey Murphy. Tyrese Halliburton. We're going to go A tier for Tyrese simply because he's got incredible shooting badges. I don't like his release, but he does move well. He's a good dunker and a capable defender. I just don't like his release very much. That's my main issue with the card, to be completely honest, because outside of that, I think he's really good. And then Wesley Person, besides the fact that he has a great release, half limitless range, and half agent threes with the normal fade, nothing else on the court is anything he does really good. His sigs aren't very good. His defense isn't great. I still don't think he does enough to be a good enough card online, at least, to get higher than the D tier, but offline, he's one of the best cards you can use in the game because he's got a great release, super consistent, lower tier card as well. So I think Wesley Person, even though he goes D tier, does deserve a spot on this list. So this is my tier list of the best cards currently in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. I am going to move Amari Stoudemire up because I think he's a little bit better than some of these guys that I do have in the B tier. And I think this tier list is pretty fair, to be completely honest. Y'all may disagree with me. This is a tough tier list to make, to be completely honest, but let me know what y'all think of my list down in the comment section down below. If there's anybody you think I ranked too high or too low or left off the list entirely that deserves a spot higher up on the list, feel free to let me know about that as well. But hopefully y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.